This is Get Along.
And you're listening to the Literati Records podcast.
I got morphine, I saw some kids in the field. I got too little self-control and some weight on my mind. You'll be fine and just fine if you choose to do it on my time. I got let the dry got from me sometime off work. I saw the neighbor boys reaching out my best friend's shirt. It's not that I lost my innocence there. I just see how they start acting when they get out of the den. 18 to 21, we're out of control. They say we're too young for life, gotta do what we're told. Well, you know what's in store, my friend. Tell me why aren't you married anymore?
I was a boy and maybe I should have stayed there. My parents talking 20s, yeah, they're talking to her. I could have been a college boy, got me a job, but they have taken my money. Tell me I'm wrong. 'Cause I was a boy, well, it was just 2 years ago. I fled the simple town, said to hell with all of you. I could have built me a home and found me some friends, ran for office, who's to say? Now's what's in there. You think is good, I can't just fake it. I didn't know we had the answer to you, but if it means here now, what the hell would I do? I got blurry vision 'cause I watched on the screen. Our chance is less than 50 and from what I've seen, in a couple of years I'll be back in that store, questioning why I'm not married anymore.
Welcome to episode 75 of the Literati Records podcast. I'm your host, Marcus, and kids, I gotta tell you, I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I apologize if I sound a bit off. I can't tell if I'm having a heavier than usual allergy day or coming down with a late summer cold. But either way, the show must go on, so we're going to skip the housekeeping for today. But I did want to say a quick thanks to everyone who came out to the High Dive on Tuesday night for the Patient Zero's EP release show. It was great to see all the support, and I ran into quite a few friends and previous podcast guests, including Dead Pay Rent, Cutthroat Drifters, Miss Jane Thatcher, Rusty Harrows, and Nicholas James of Get Along, who also happens to be our guest on the show today. Nicholas, along with wife Cara Summer, bend and mix genres into their own brand of what they like to call indie-soulpunk. With infectious hooks, deep grooves, and songs from the heart, the duo continues to evolve, resulting in an unpredictable and energetic live experience. Please welcome to the show today, my guests, Get Along. I'm down here at the High Dive, where my guests, Get Along, will be playing tonight. For those who might not be familiar with the group, go ahead and give us some names and instruments.
My name is Cara Summer. I am the lead vocalist, lead guitarist, and lead keys, and occasional tambourine player.
Very important. Very important. She plays lead tambourine on the song.
I
so
lead
can't leave that out.
tambourinist as well.
I'm Nicholas James, and I play drums or percussion, whatever you prefer. Some keyboards, synthesizers. That's about it. Drums and synthesizers. But there's a lot of synthesizers.
You're all multi-instrumentalists, multi-talented, that's awesome. Well, could you guys give us a brief history of how you guys started playing music together?
Actually, how we started playing music together is how we met. And we're married, so it's kind of a cool story of how we met.
Oh, yeah. Give us that story.
I was 13 years old, and him and his best friend were in a band at the time, and they were going to help me record my first ever demo. So he played drums on my first ever demo.
Yeah, well, it actually never happened.
Yeah, it never happened.
Because my band broke up.
But then we became a band! And
we reconvened like 7 years later.
Wow.
Maybe not that long, but several years later, I kind of like played Puppet Master and scouted her at this charity event she was singing at, and I was like, "You should be the singer in my band." She was like, "Cool, who's the band?" I was like, "Just me." So
it'll just be us, but
yeah,
Cool.
so yeah, that's how that happened, I suppose.
Well, the music on your 2012 EP, We Lit These Torches to See in the Dark, and 2013 EP, We Tried So Hard to Be So Cool, really represents a broad palette of music. What musical backgrounds do each of you bring to the table?
Oh goodness.
very different.
I have a feeling.
Yeah, growing up. Well, we changed a lot from those EP, and we're gonna release a single and a B-side here this fall, and they're gonna be way different from either one of those. So, I was kind of a self-taught drummer. I took lessons like a couple years after I started playing. So I crafted my style after a lot of like old rock and roll. I'm a huge like Keith Moon guy, and I've changed my style a lot. But I was like pretty much a purely rock and roll guy, whereas Cara did a lot more.
I was trained classically, vocally. I did a lot of opera around the house and in choirs. That, and also I was like a church singer.
Okay.
What does that be? A church choir?
Like a choir?
Worship
Yeah.
leader. There's the word for a few different youth groups and churches. So
Well, a common theme that runs through both EPs is a certain depth to the lyrics. Do you feel that it's important that the songs communicate a message to the listener?
yes.
It's kind of what we're all about. I've always been a lyric guy. I write a lot of lyrics. I'm the drummer, but it's like the number one thing I look for in music. I don't sing, but vocal melody, and lyrics is like number one thing. You have to relate to the listener. I feel like the whole reason I do music is to feel like I'm doing something important with my life. And if I didn't feel like it was important, I'd be doing something else. So to feel like it's important, you got to be trying to send a message, trying to help people or change the world, I guess, for lack of a less corny term.
Well, with so much diversity to your music, I mean, you definitely get the sense that, you know, the vehicle might change and wear a lot of different hats, you know, different styles, but there's always sort of that depth to the lyrics that remains no matter what style you're playing.
Well, really, the only thing we're both actually good at are I'm actually good at singing.
Right.
He's actually good at playing drums, and we're both good at writing music. The rest of it is a farce. We're not that great at the other instruments, but we feel that the most important thing is that we have a vocal and drum-led, like heart-wrenching music that can really touch people. So, yeah, that's what we're all about, really.
We've been touched by music. It's changed our lives, and like that's what we want to give to others.
One thing that's evident on We Tried So Hard to Be So Cool is a heavier soul influence, especially on the vocals. Was that intentional, or did it just kind of come out like that?
Intentional, and we're taking it and running with it.
Okay.
Yes, it's we've kind of always defined ourselves. People ask what genre you are, and you got to come up with something. So we've always said indie soulpunk, because they're all so different. So, and actually, Cara's voice is best suited in that. She mentioned she's kind of been a church singer before. She's a great soul singer, and we are going to bring. There's kind of a small underground soul movement going on, and we're really digging it. And we're definitely going more the soul direction with our music, with kind of a current update to it.
You were asking about the depth of our lyrics and our music, and that's where a lot of that comes from. Because for me personally, Nicholas and I, that's where it hits home. Man, you listen to like Soul Singer and it's over.
Yeah.
So we're just taking the inspiration from that and trying to plug it in with our weird indie alternative thing we do.
It just feels right. It feels good. Cool.
Now, before seeing you live, I was advised to expect the unexpected. Would you say that that's a valid statement?
Yeah, I think because there's two of us,
Uh-huh.
and so the two-piece band thing's gotten really big lately.
It has.
You've got locally, you've got the Patient Zeros, who we love. Obviously the White Stripes back in the day, and now the Black Keys are huge. You got Matt and Kim, so it's getting more poppy. But usually, what you have is like two instruments. It's really raw. They just go for it. We're pretty raw and we go for it, but we have the equipment setup of a 4 or 5 piece. So we have a lot of different
Sometimes
instruments.
a 7 piece. Arcade Fire could sometimes use our band setup.
We bring different amounts of equipment to different shows. So every time you see us, you should be getting a different show, at least slightly. And we have a lot of keyboard rigs and a lot of stuff, but we're not very like pop produced. Like we're pretty raw live. There's a lot going on.
I also, sometimes I get this just from what I've heard from my little circle of people, that my voice, compared to my speaking voice, my singing voice is pretty different.
So that's unexpected.
That's unexpected too, I guess.
Well, you alluded to a new single that might be coming out here soon. Can you give us an update on how that's going or a possible release date?
It's going interesting. We're recording in the middle of September. I expect it to be out by the end of October. We're experimenting a lot. We've got probably 5 or 6 different songs on the platter for this, and actually tonight you'll hear we've completely rearranged some of our last EP songs, like completely musically rearranged them. So there's a lot of songs we've kind of had for a while and we haven't recorded that we're rearranging, and then a lot of songs we're writing. So we actually don't even know what single we're recording yet.
Well, here's your chance to spread the love, so to speak. What other local artists should our listeners keep an ear out for?
I think we mentioned Patient Zeros already. We're buddies with them. They plugged us, we plugged them. But that's because we like each other.
Is Leffmore technically local?
He plays in Denver. There's a guy named Leffmore. He's like a solo guy, yeah.
I've seen him down at the Walnut Room with Jane Thatcher. He's really good.
Yeah, we like Leffmore. The Bell Jar, who invited us to play with him tonight. These guys are pretty awesome. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of him, but we played with Ian Cook not too long ago. He's pretty fantastic. So there's crazy amounts of awesome music going on in Denver, and there's bands coming out every year. So it's an incredible scene to be part of, and we haven't really taken part of the Denver scene as much as we wanted, but that's why we're releasing this new single. We're coming.
We're coming for you, Denver.
Cool. Well, we welcome it. We welcome it. Last question. Which track off either of your EPs should we close the interview with? Do you have a favorite?
I'm a Footprints fan. Yeah.
I do like Footprints. Yeah, Footprints.
Yeah, right. I like it too. Footprints it is. It's unanimous. All right.
Well, thank you.
Well, you guys, we've really enjoyed playing your music on our local Mix Monday show, and I just want to thank you for taking time to be a part of our show tonight. I know there's people waiting for you to play, so I'll let you get up there and get on with it.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mark. Thank
You're
you
welcome.
for being part of the scene.
Thank you. We've had a great show tonight, you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I hide my teeth, decide to speak because they'll tell you when to pull and when to punch. Gave me instructions in the flesh on how our lives would match tonight.
this place, then get out of burn.
As we watch all of our things, all of my things, because it's clear, my dear, there are no children here. I was a singer, always singing to myself, hoping one day life would find me or find me someone else. Someone to listen when I could not take no more. See, these times are tough and I was left with nothing to live for. I was a child, I was screaming to my mother. My father passed, said if I last I'll find what love is for. But everybody heals and I've forgotten over time. I found a life, I found a love to pick me up when I fall down. We're talking on the corner, suddenly I realized that I would die and I won't lie. I'd like to see my father when I go. 'Cause we know all about it. Wanna talk about it with you. We know all about it. Wanna talk about it with you. Oh, we know all about it. Wanna talk about it with you. We know all about it. Wanna talk about it with you. We know all about it. Wanna talk about it with you. We knows all about it. Wanna talk about it with you. We know all about it. Wanna talk about it with you. We know all about it. Wanna talk about it with you. We know all about it. Wanna talk about it with you. I've been trying to find in the hearts of minds and angels. I've been trying to find the good in the hearts of man. It's an age-old tale. I ain't going to be